Tom Aspinall did not quit. He did get his ass whooped like I said he was going to. Cyril Gahn had the better jab. He had the better footwork. He had the, more efficient kicking game. Tom Aspinall landed one nice leg kick, but again, overall, Cyril Gahn had that checked off as well. And it looked like it was snowballing in Gahn's direction. He was bloodied up, was Tom Aspinall. This was, I think, going to end up like Ronda Rousey versus Holly Holm. I think Cyril Gahn would have finished Tom Aspinall. This is a guy who was rusty coming into this fight because he's used to fighting multiple times a year and only, again, like a Ronda Rousey, like 1 minute fights, 3 minute fight, like short fights, not going into the second round often at all. So there was a lot of question marks about him. What happens when he faces adversity, but this isn't the kind of adversity he needs to face. You get me? That's why I say good for Tom Aspinall. Good for him for not continuing the fight. Because first of all, if you actually do have a detached retina right now, we got to get you checked out. We do not need to be fighting with a detached retina, taking blunt force trauma to the head. I don't want you taking another strike, bro. I don't care if I want you to lose and I'm rooting for Cyril. That way my prediction is right and things like that. I don't care about none of that. We got to make sure that you're good. This is not a death match. And, you don't want another Michael Bisping situation. You know what I mean? When you're watching that, I remember when I watched that, I just thought it was a regular head kick. He didn't find out until later that he lost his eye because of it. You get me, guys? This sport is dangerous. And you got to give it up to the people who do it for, of course, their own glory and things like that, but also our entertainment. It's a trade-off, right? So they do it and it entertains us. I think we should respect them to a degree, I don't think I gotta go around with the fucking myth that he's the next best thing. I don't think he's beating John Jones. I don't think he's beating Stipe. I don't think he's beating Gahn in a rematch. I don't think he's beating Francis Ngannou. I don't think he's beating, down the list. I don't think Fedor loses to him. I don't think Cain Velasquez, Junior Dos Santos, I don't think Tom Aspinall is anything special. I think he beat Curtis Blades and Sergey Pavlovich, guys who stood in front of him. And I think because people hated John Jones so much, they wanted to see John Jones lose so bad, I think it was easy to latch on to this guy who people wanted to latch on to. The UK fans wanted to latch on to Tom Aspinall. He gave them hope. He is their great white hope. I said it in the lead up as well. That's what he represented. I say that to say this. It's not the adversity I wanted to see him overcome. I wanted to see him overcome the adversity that we were witnessing in the fight that had his nose leaking. That's the adversity that I wanted to see him overcome. Not a fucking eye poke, bro. I mean, talk about Mr. Fumble. Cyril Gahn, in my opinion, this is the third fumble for him because he fought Francis Ngannou, who's primarily a striker. We haven't seen him grapple since. I mean, did he grapple Hernan Ferreira, or did he drop him and follow? He might have grappled him too, but I mean, come on, that's a PFL guy. You know what I mean? Anyways, so Cyril Gahn gets out grappled by Francis Ngannou of all people. That's a fumble. Cyril Gahn loses in less than 90 seconds to John Jones at Madison Square Garden because the lights were too bright and he melted under the heat, of the moment. That's 0 for 2. He is, it's just. That's a fumble. And now this. He's winning the fight. He does this instead of this. Have some, you can't be doing this no more, guys. This is dead. We got to stop doing that. We got to start taking points away. We have to start punishing fighters. More no contesting. And honestly, I'm going to say it as someone that I had a vested interest because I came on my channel and said, oh, giveaway, if I'm wrong, I'll do a giveaway for the biggest hater, all this stuff, right? He should have won by disqualification, if we're being honest. Tom Aspinall should be the winner by disqualification. He fucking fouled him. You know what I mean? An eye poke is a foul. So how is it a no contest? Because it was the first foul? So now it's a rule Like, I just want to be clear. Now it's a rule that I could get away with a foul as long as it's so lethal that he can't continue. It's a no contest. It's not a loss for me, DQ. You get me? It makes no sense. Which, by the way, why did John Jones get that loss against Matt Hamill? If that's the case, he 12-6 elbowed Matt Hamill, right? He eats a foul the same way Aspinall ate a foul, but he gets the disqualification win rather than it being a no contest. You see what I'm saying? See the hypocrisy here, guys? It doesn't make any sense. And, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So, I feel for Tom Aspinall. Didn't want to see it end like that. But I'm also definitely, popping the jersey because I called it. I called it to the T. I told all of you, and y'all were in the comments talking crazy. You can go back and look at the comments of the old videos. But the fact remains, I know what I'm saying, and subscribe for an education. It is what it is, guys. I've been around. Followed this sport since 2009. Played the UFC games that had the old mode where you could learn about old fights. I'm sitting here watching BJ Penn versus Joe Stevenson. I'm like, whoa, that's a lot of blood. I'm watching all the old school stuff. Like, it was different. You gotta respect the prior gens. You gotta know the history of the sport. I'm one of the few content creators out there that knows the history like that. Not one of the few fans. There's many fans that know. There's many fans that know more than me. You get me? But content creators, fans that make content, fans that put their face in front of the camera and, go in on these takes, I'm one of the few. A lot of these people are new. The MMA Guru is new. Lucas Tracy is new. A lot of these guys, they're new. And they don't know what they're talking about, bro. They don't know what they're talking about. And their fans don't know what they're talking about. And a lot of you guys are their sons. Be up in my comments talking about first round Tom Aspinall submission. Oh my God. You don't know ball, bro. You don't know ball. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're talking about. And that will be proven time and time again. But again, you have to subscribe for education. You have to rewire the way you think. So that's my take on this one, guys. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree. It does not matter. Join the discussion. Subscribe for more and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.